Yeah. Are we good? We ready?
Okay, yeah, let's rock and roll.
Today's call, we just kind of wanted it to be informal because we recognize that there have been a lot of groups going on. So whether you are in Coach Kickstart or Push to Emerald or Dash to Diamond, we recognize there's a lot happening. And so we've been getting a lot of questions from different coaches. And so we just figured today would be a good time. Any questions that you have, if you're having them, I guarantee somebody else is probably also having them. So we just kind of wanted to touch base, see areas that were being successful, areas that maybe were confused or struggling, and then just kind of talk about really, sometimes we tend to overcomplicate things, and it's the process of what we do as coaches is really pretty simple. We just want to kind of touch on the basics. But before I get into that, how are we feeling in the groups? Are we overwhelmed with information overload? Do we feel like it's at a good pace? The things that we've given you, assignment-wise, have you been able to do them? Where are we in the process?
Well, I think it's a lot of great information. I've just been copying and pasting them, so while I go through the process, I think we're going to have to mute. You're echoing. What the heck just happened?
Okay, can you say that again? Everybody mute yourself, because if you're not muted, then we get kind of like a back and forth. So everybody mute yourself. And can you repeat what you just said, because it was kind of choppy?
Me or someone else?
Okay.
I was just saying that it's a lot of really great information. It is a lot, especially since it's my first time doing this. So I've just been actually going through and screenshotting it. And then while I'm going through the process, I did read it before, but then I go back and reflect on it again. And all the files have been fantastic. All the examples are, I think, the biggest benefit is having examples.
Anyone else? Questions? Comments?
My internet is being wonky, so if I disappear, don't worry, I'll come back. I just missed that whole little segment. So what is something, maybe let's have everyone say something that you have either learned or figured out or made a mistake on. So maybe it'll stir up some questions that you might have that you're not sure about yet.
I've fallen off my motivation train, probably with traveling and just being in a different mindset and everything. Right. But I haven't been doing personal development every day, and that's made a huge impact on my confidence. And so I need to get back on that, because I just have hit a low, and I've been trying to reach out to challengers. And I went from having 5 pretty good potentials to having 1.5. And I think it's the way that I'm approaching them, or I don't know, my brain doesn't function the same. So personal development I know it has to be done every day, but it's so easy to just be let's do that later. And it doesn't happen.
Yeah. But it's so weird. It really does make a world of difference. Even 10 minutes a day, I notice a huge change. And literally when you say that you went from, those potentials down to challengers, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's voodoo magic that makes you speak better when you have done your personal development, but it works. You have less objections. It's just the whole world gets back in a line, and it works.
Yes.
So what are you doing for your personal development? You were reading that book, right?
Yeah, You Are a Badass. I've gone back to that several times. I've been kind of treating it like my little Bible. I started reading that / listening to the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Mm-hmm. It's so dry. Mm. It's so hard to read. So it's hard to read it and stay awake. So I need to I feel I need to get my motors going, and then so that I have more focus power, or I need to get some energized and take energized before I read or something.
Well, you don't have to finish it. There's nothing that says once I'm committed to a book, I have to finish it. If I'm not into it in the first introduction, first chapter, it's probably not going to happen.
I'm having a hard time. I'm thinking I might need to get the kids version.
They do have it.
I'm serious.
That's good though. What else? What else from other people? Good stuff? Bad stuff?
Nope, we're just rocking.
Sorry, I'm doing laundry as I'm on this call, but I'm really hanging stuff up. But in the Dash to Diamond group, going off that 100 list, I was sending out the I guess, template sort of that Genevieve posted, and it is really, one, it's hard to get out of your comfort zone, but now people have stopped liking my stuff because I said, hey, I've seen you've been liking my stuff. I'm hosting this challenge group or whatever. So how do you get around that? Because people are like, oh, sorry, I don't mean to be like a creeper. And I'm like, no, I mean, not at all, but yeah.
Well, okay, so here's what I would say about the 100 list and the way that you go about it. So you can't do that how Genevieve said, like you can go straight like, hey, it's not that you like my stuff. I'm running a challenge group. Do you or anyone you know might be interested? You can totally do that. What I like to do, because sometimes I feel like it is really hard to do that, and sometimes I do that, but a lot of times when I work off that 100 list, I just try to connect with 3 people off of that list a day. And literally, it's usually not about Beachbody. It's just like, hey, girl, I don't know if you listened to the National Wake Up Call on Monday, but she calls them her hey, girl messages. And I was like, absolutely. They are my hey, girl messages too. Like, hey, girl, I saw that your sister was in a wedding and your son was the ring bearer. He was so cute. How have you been doing? And I just try to start conversation because I think, like, sometimes it works. Like, sometimes you can just, that's more like a cold call, and sometimes it works great. But I just kind of feel like let it happen naturally. So even working off that 100 list, just engage with 3 people a day, not about Beachbody. And then sometimes it comes up in conversation like, what have you been up to? And I'll say, oh, I just started Beachbody coaching. It's been so awesome. I'm getting really good shape. But then I'll literally be like, but enough about me. What about you? And I like bring it back to them. Let it just happen naturally. So if you're having those like weird conversations, like where you're like, I feel weird about it, just engage, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But yeah, that's really more like my approach, is just engage with people, and it'll usually naturally happen, or literally a couple months later, since I previously engaged with somebody else, then they'll come reach out to me. And since we've already had that connection and I haven't been like in them to be like, hey, Beachbody, join me, come on, they're more inclined to like talk to me then. Does that make sense?
No, that helps. I feel like that's more in my comfort zone. It worked for one girl because she was like, yeah, I totally want to do it. And then she talked to her mom, her sister, and then her friend, which is great. But at the same time, another girl is like, okay, this is weird. Like, I'm sorry.
I was just for you.
Weird.
Take out the part that says,
definitely
I see you've been liking my post. Just take out that little blurb.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's good for some people, but most people that I'm friends with are like, no.
Yeah.
The same thing happened to me.
And that's good to share with people because everybody has a different niche market. So Genevieve's market is very young and just a different mindset. So maybe it works differently and that's super helpful, especially, when you start bringing on coaches and you have more coaches too, let them know, this worked for me, but you're going to probably need to adjust it, change it to make it fit for you because you want it to feel natural for you.
Yeah.
Because if you feel weird about putting it out there, they're going to feel weird about receiving it.
Yeah. Even though it's through Facebook, I feel like people still pick up on, like,
it's so true.
Not you, or you know what I mean? Like, not your words.
You can tell if it's like not your personality. Because that's what, that's what when you're posting, they're seeing your personality. Like, I know you not at all in real life, but on social media, I have a really good concept of who you are and what your presence is. And you can feel that coming through through a message as well.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, has anybody else had other struggles or successes or like, hey, this didn't work, but I tried this sort of thing? Or any posts that were like in any of the pages, Kickstart, Push to Emerald, Push to Diamond, that were confusing, or I didn't know how to do that assignment, that sort of thing?
I'm having trouble losing people at the end of my whole process of trying to get them. Like, I have all these people so excited, and then they just all kind of dribble off. And my thing also is a lot of my target people are right out of college, don't have jobs yet, looking for a job. And I just, I know it's hard because, like, I'm right there with them, and I'm like, I'm not confident enough to get them all in. Like, I see myself being like, no, I understand. It's hard. Okay. You don't have to be in. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see it.
But so with that, because your confidence will start to come.
Right.
The most important thing is, even in that age bracket, and I would say probably especially in that age bracket, because you're not yet, most people are not yet married or have families, so you're not like on a strict budget. You're kind of doing your own thing.
Right.
They're going to spend money where they perceive value. So if they don't spend it with you, they're going to go down to NutriShop and get some wonky stuff.
Right.
Way more expensive. So put that in the back of your mind and it helps. But then always bring it back to your experience.
Right.
Favorite, I thought the same thing too when I first started. And me personally too, when I first started, I was like, excuse me now, you want me to pay what for Shakeology? And then when I back up, I was like, okay, if I'm actually smart about it, I'll actually save money.
Right. That's what
that with people. And I say, when I first came on, I was like, whoa, that's a lot of money. But then I put it in my grocery budget and I realized, hey, I'm actually saving money and I actually feel better. So this is actually a good thing for my budget. But you just relate it back to you, and sometimes it comes across easier for people.
Right. And with that, I especially like to, because I drink my Shakeology for supper, and so that's $4. And if I went to McAllister's or Panera Bread, it'd be like $9.
Yeah.
So that's a huge difference. And that's what I really try to push. Like, just replace your most expensive meal of the day with this, and bam, you're saving money.
Absolutely. Yeah. And as for confidence, I used to feel the same way where, like, people would, like, give me objections and I'd be like, oh, I don't know. But I have now had, like, a mindset shift, and it has changed everything for me. And it'll come. And the reason it's come is because I've been doing it so long, and I have physically seen people's lives transform.
Right.
And so as you do it more, like, now my mindset is, I don't feel like I'm selling because I know that I have the ability to change the course of your life. If you commit to this program and you start drinking Shakeology and you start exercising and committing to me for 30 days, I guarantee results, and I know you will be better for it. So I kind of look at it like, this is my window to change your life. And, like, if you don't join me, I just feel like, oh, I've let them down. So again, for me, it was just a total mindset shift, but it comes with time. And as you start getting your own challenges, you start seeing, like, the impact that it has, you're going to be like, I have got to get more people on board. Like, but it takes time. But again, the thing that I would say for now, since you're not at that point, is act as if you are. So you kind of always talk about, like, Beyonce has her, like, Sasha Fierce persona. When she's like Sasha Fierce. So then you need to have this persona like, I am the best coach. I have the best products for you. You will get the best results. So even if you don't feel it yet, you just want to act as if.
Right. And I think after my first challenge, which will probably just consist of my family being my guinea pigs.
Hey, that's where you start.
That is where you start.
That will help. Hopefully, like, really boost me up when I see their results and I see my results for my own challenge, because I'm only in my first week of my own challenge. So I think after all that, it'll really kind of fall into place and, make me feel better about it.
For sure.
So were most of the objections money objections?
Yes. Yeah, just pretty much money. I mean, because they have the time if they're not employed.
Praise the bird. It sounds like they need to be a coach. But as terrible as it is, because money objections are hard to overcome but once you get it, it's like next, like, they're so easy. But the good thing is money objections once you figure it out, are easy. It's whenever you have objections that are things like they don't believe in the product, or they don't want to work out, or they're not motivated. Those are hard to overcome. But money, once you figure it out, is not an issue at all, because people are going to spend money where they see value. Same, like, if you go into Express and you get a $200 pair of jeans, you expect that as normal. But if you went into Walmart and saw a $200 pair of jeans, you'd be like, what the? And it's the same thing. So once you build that value, people will just, will be nothing to look at that price.
And people save up. Like I had a girl come to me in January and it was like a money objection. And, you know, we worked through it, whatever. I was new in my coaching journey and she literally joined me 8 months later. She had been watching. You know, that's when you post your transformation pics. I talk about the success my challenges are having. And then nothing changed. It's not like her financial situation really changed. She was just like, you know what? I'm just going to have to figure out a way to make it work because I need to get.
Because now she valued it more. You know, you built that value.
Yeah. So sometimes it really just take time for people.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Thank y'all.
Mm-hmm.
I have a recent objection that I could definitely use some help on.
Yeah.
So it's more of she was interested, and so I sent her an email, and she's saying, well, she's tried the Beachbody thing before, and she knows that if she has to wait until she really wants to. You know what I mean? She knows that if she's not really going to buckle down to it, she's not going to do it, and she doesn't think she's going to do it. Like, she's like, I just know myself, and if and I don't have my heart in it right now, so I'm not going to do it. So I don't even know how to respond to her. I really don't. I'm like, I agree. You're not going to do it. You're not going to do it. I don't know what to tell her.
So with that, there's a couple of different ways that you can do it. So option number one, whenever you don't know what to say, and this goes for absolutely every objection that there possibly could be, ask questions.
Yeah.
Because then you find the root of the objection. So when you don't know what to say, ask questions, because a lot of times whatever they're telling you is kind of face value and there's a deeper reason, and that's money, that's motivation, any objection that you get. I got to talk to my spouse, whatever. So ask, tell me what you feel like is holding you back. Last time that you did the program and you felt like you didn't stick to it, what was your biggest downfall, biggest obstacle? So asking those kind of questions will help you figure out, and then tie that back into her goals. So whatever her goals are, and then whatever obstacles, hesitations, reasons that she hasn't stuck with it before, then you can you'll have a much better opportunity to come back and say, well, this is how I can weave it in and help you.
No, that's great. Glad I asked.
Yeah.
But I also
objection.
Go ahead.
What?
I was going to say that's the beauty of what we do. Is like, yes, they have to decide and commit before we can really help them, because we can't be there pushing play. We can't be there monitoring everything they eat. But I also feel like as a coach, I do everything in my power for them to be successful. And to me, that has meant for some challengers, I have literally texted them every morning at 5 a.m. I wake up early to work out. I have texted them at 5 a.m. For another challenger, because she knew herself and she knew that she would not do it unless I held her accountable every single day, she sent me a sweaty selfie pic every single day. Another girl sends me a screenshot of her macros and when she does MyFitnessPal every single day. So, you can work with that too. Like, what is it? Yes, sometimes people are not intrinsically motivated, but that's what I'm here for. So I'm willing to do whatever it takes to help you be successful. So like Jessica said, getting really more deeper into like, what is it that's holding her back, but then also letting you know how you as a coach can work with her to help her hold herself accountable. And sometimes that's really all they need.
Any other objections while we're on objection land?
I do have one. It's Carla.
Yay, it's Carla with no face.
I don't want you to see my pretty red glasses.
I love those glasses.
I don't know where I am, but anyway. So I had the objections with two people this week with, they're both diabetics. So I know that this could help them, but one is the cost, and so I try to go there with her. And the other one's just like, I know I'm not so sure that Shakeology really is any better than what I'm currently using. And part of it is I just do it. So, I don't want to feel like I'm harping on them, but knowing how good I felt after using Shakeology, I know that they would feel better and they would feel motivated to work out and exercise and do things differently. So I've shown them the videos on, how it's helped with diabetics, blood sugar,
Mm-hmm. Do you know
So
what's the one that said she was currently taking something and she thought it would be the same?
she says it's Atkins shakes, I guess, which I don't think that's, she said it's a low sugar. She knows she has to watch her sugars. So
Okay,
I'm tempted to just send her some more information about, the benefits of Shakeology, what it really is. Look at it as your multivitamins, if nothing else.
So here's what I would recommend too. This is another good idea for any objection that you get, just like asking questions, is get them on the telephono. So if you can schedule a call with them, a lot of times it's so much easier to get them excited and kind of be able to kind of get their real feel of what's going on if you can get them on a phone call. And then for people that have other kinds of shakes, I know I spoke with Julie today about someone who had the same thing. They had some other airborne or something.
Arbonne.
Or argon, okay. So some other kind of shake, and she was asking me about what she should say. So you never want to downplay or speak negatively about any other product, but you always just want to say, I can't speak for that product, but this is why I love Shakeology. And like you said, Carly, you've got such a great story. It gave you all this energy. There's those glasses.
Yeah, I found it.
And you can say, this is how it's made me feel, and say, I'm not sure about those shakes, but what I would look for is make sure that they don't have artificial ingredients. You want to make sure and look for that they don't have soy lecithin. We have an example email on that Teen VIP, the Drive page that we sent. There's like objections. Those are examples. And there's one on Shakeology, literally for people that ask about any other kind of shake or meal replacement or plexus or any of that stuff that you can copy and paste and kind of adjust, but it goes over that. I can't speak for that one, but here's what you should look for on the ingredient list. Because 9 times out of 10, they're just not good quality, and they're not offering the same amount of nutrients. They don't have that multivitamin factor. But the good thing is, they're willing to invest in their health because they're already doing something. So all you have to do is show them the value, and then they'll be 100% willing to do it because they do care.
Okay, and there is a money back guarantee,
that's
right?
That's what I was going to say. Just say, totally understand, but the best thing is you can try it for 30 days, drink up the entire bag of Shakeology, send back an empty bag, and get all your money back. So they can try it, and if they don't feel any benefit whatsoever, send it back full refund. So I feel like that's been a selling point for some people. And I tell them, I'm so convinced you'll like it. I have literally said this to people. If you do not feel a difference 30 days drinking it consistently, one, send it back, and I will personally send you $20 because I have yet to have somebody that will drink it consistently for 30 days and not feel a difference. But that's just something I do because I believe in it so strongly. But yeah, they can get full money back. So they're really it's not really a risk in my opinion. They could just try it.
Okay. And then the other question I have is related to the signing family members up for your coaches. And then if they use Shakeology, but my daughter's given me a little bit of resistance, which I just need to, strong arm her, I guess. But anyway, she says, I don't know that I want to buy Shakeology every month though. And so does she have to, or she would just,
no.
For the point value, there was a thing about buying certain products to keep your points.
So as a discount coach, they can modify it to skip a month. They can do every other month. They can do whatever they'd like. And then they'll pay the $15 service fee each month, but they can postpone their Shakeology, or they can purchase different products if they want, but they don't have to purchase anything consecutively.
Okay.
For them to remain active, they would, but just for them to be on a discount coach to earn the discount and to be able to use it on to write off the taxes and be a coach for you, they don't have to necessarily do it every single month. Yeah. And she frozen.
Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
So this last month, we got my mom Shakeology, but we didn't do the auto ship. If we sign up for auto shipment this next month, will I get that 1 Success Club point?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then so one of my challengers this month, she signed up with a challenge pack. I got 2, what is those? Success Club points. Yes. So if she gets an auto shipment for next month of Shakeology, I don't get a point. Okay. It's just whenever you initially sign somebody up, you get the points. Okay.
But you will still get the commission.
Yes. Okay.
But I sometimes have challengers. Again, some of mine are so interesting, but they'll sign up, they'll go challenge pack. Like they got, I think they got the 21-day fix challenge pack. And then they saw that size was coming out. So they canceled their home direct and they bought the size challenge pack because they wanted to get Shakeology and size for discount. So sometimes people do that. To me, I feel like it's a little bit more work to have to go through the process of canceling and then reordering, but she wanted to do it. And I was like, okay, yeah, sure. 2 more Success Club points for me, I guess. But that's also an option too.
Okay. That's good to know.
Yeah.
Other questions about anything or successes that you're having or things that you do well that you want to share? Good.
We're too humble to share successes.
I can share one.
Yeah.
There she comes.
So basically, I'm so determined to become diamond, right? What is October 31st, but ideally yesterday because I'm still not a diamond. It's driving me crazy. So my sister actually did a challenge back my first month, right? And never really did anything with it. I wanted to be a coach, of course, one day. So tonight I was like, Natalie, give me your social, give me everything. I'm going to sign you up as a coach. And I'm going to make you an emerald and I'm going to become diamond because I'm just dying over here. And so I'm pretty much doing whatever it takes to become diamond. So I have Scott as an emerald. My sister's going to be an emerald. And hopefully I'll become diamond.
Nice.
Hey, but you know what? That's perfect.
Yes. I'm just, I'm ready to be there.
Cool.
But it's so worth it. It's so worth it. And then if your sister decides that she does want to jump into it, then you placed her really well in your business.
Exactly. So she already paid for the challenge pack, so there's nothing right there. I put her on a 3-day refresh, so she's still active on a 3-day refresh. So I use that in my challenge group as a free price. So I already buy that. And so it's almost like I'm going to get it anyway. And so that way she can become a coach. That way I can put people under her, and it's kind of a win-win. And then I put Scott. We were getting double Shakeology, so I switch it to the Boost so I can promote Boost. So I'm trying to play around with different ideas instead of just completely getting 3 things of Shakeology every month.
Right. I just did that too. I just switched Caleb's because he does pretty well about drinking his every day, but sometimes he likes to fight me because
Yeah.
That's him. He doesn't like to eat. So I'm doing that too. I alternate between a bag of Shakeology and I'm going to start alternating between getting the performance products and the protein.
Okay, so I'm jealous of all of you because my husband drinks Shakeology every day. Now he's on board a protein shake that Beachbody makes every day. And now he likes the pre-workout Energize. So my husband is more high maintenance than me.
Your best customer.
Yeah.
You're getting profits from that.
Yes, I am because he's on my weak leg.
Holla. You see, that's so nice because he gets the discount, but then you get the commission. Yeah. So really, it's not very expensive.
Yeah.
So less expensive than if you went and bought it somewhere.
Agreed.
And most people are going to be using some form of protein or pre-workout anyways.
I know. And they're all laced with stuff.
Story time. My husband did P90X several years ago. Got really hot, but he was taking hot as in sexy. So he was taking a pre-workout or a post-workout, I don't know what, but his urine started to burn. And I was like, awesome. So he stopped taking that, and now he's a little traumatized on any kind of product. So I'm a little
Yeah, no, because most of the products out on the market are not NSF certified, meaning collegiate athletes can't take them, people in the Olympics can't take them, NFL, like pro athletes, if they were to take them and be drug tested, they wouldn't pass the drug test because they're all laced with a little bit of some sort of steroid, artificial fillers, all that stuff. That's why, again, I freaking love Beachbody because they continue to make products that are so good and so pure and awesome. So I think I need to do a better job of promoting the performance line because I swear to goodness, everybody's drinking a pre-workout or a post-workout protein shake. And I guarantee what they're buying at GNC or NutriShop or wherever is not good for their bodies. So I feel like it's just an extra thing that we have to offer, customers that are already doing it, but they don't really know. And I think maybe that's what we have to do is educate people to recognize what it is they're putting in their body, because there's a lot of not good stuff out there for sure. So tell your husband not to worry. If he tries the Energize, hopefully it won't make his urine burn.
Yeah, I'm going to get it.
Prostate issue. Urine burn.
Is that your husband in the background?
I think it was a prostate issue, not a urine burn. I don't know what he's
Hilarious. I'm sure he's so
I will end up getting, that's just how I am. I just kind of introduce things and he either jumps on board or he goes running and, he usually jumps on board and then fights me, just like your husband, Jessica. Likes to fight, doesn't like to eat. And then when he does eat, he eats a lot in one sitting. But anyways, that's enough about me. How about you?
Anyone else want to share success?
Questions, comments, anything. This is your time to shine.
Okay, if nobody else is going to talk, did y'all listen to the National Wake Up Call on Monday? If not, you can listen to the recording. But let me just tell you, I had to stop and pull over because I listened to the podcast over what the quote at the end. Jeff Hill said, "Hey, I want to just read you this quote because I thought it was so good." And it really spoke to me. And I just want to read it to you because I have it right down on my phone. It says, "It's crazy that some people feel that 2 to 5 years in business is a long time to become successful, but don't feel that 40 years in a job is a long time to stay broke and have just enough to pay the bills." And I was like, so true. So I just think that, when we're building a business, this takes time. I feel like the biggest thing when we went to Summit was that people were like, just be consistent, be here in a year, allow time to work in your favor. And I think a lot of times that it gets hard. And I know that Jessica and I talk about this. We wanted to quit so many times along the way. But it's one of those things that time works in your favor. And I think that people forget that. And, even me, like I think about my position that I was in, I probably would have stayed there forever, like 30 plus years in a job where I was making okay money, nothing to write home about, but enough. And it's a different mindset to think, if I just commit to 2 to 5 years of really growing my business and being consistent, what can happen, the potential versus, normal route, which a lot of people take, 30 to 40 years and then you retire and it's great. But imagine anyways, it just really spoke to me. So listen to National Wake Up Call. I might not have written down all the way right, but that was the gist of it. I just felt like it was so good. I was like, yes, it made sense to me. So I just wanted to share that with y'all.
Thank you for sharing that because I had those this week, no personal development. So I'm like, maybe I should just quit. Who needs this? Ugh, it doesn't matter. I got one person. She's probably going to do Shakeology for a while. So I'll just get her commission for the rest of my life and I'll be good.
Call it a day.
Yeah, anyways, so I really like that. That makes me happy.
Good. But you know what? That's why literally, and Raquel and I have done so much stalking of the people who are successful in this business is kind of out of control because we're like, okay, but honestly, we look at these people and they're so different. There's such a crazy array of people. There is no map. It is literally consistency and time. That's all it takes.
Yes.
If you don't quit and you do things like Laura Mills and say, I'm going to hit diamond by this time and I don't care what it takes. But that's how I was too. I had a specific deadline in my mind of when I had to hit diamond, and I was like feverishly get it done. Because if you don't have that sense of urgency to hit goals, you find yourself just kind of do, and then there's no excitement. There's no like, get up and go. It just kind of becomes mundane, and you don't want to do that, because then it's hard. It's hard to get motivated if you are not like getting after it. But it doesn't take a rocket scientist to do this job. It doesn't. It just takes you caring about people and you committing to saying, you know what, it's not always going to be a good time. And sometimes I'm going to say, social media, I don't want to post today, but do it anyway. And it works.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, anything else? Any other questions, comments, or concerns before we jump off the call?
Yes, really quick. Something I did last challenge group, I don't know, it worked for me. I'm a firm believer in snail mail. And so I got these little cards, and I wrote a little personalized letter to all of my challengers, and I have their address on their account. And so I sent them a personalized card on and told them, like, on the back, like, do not open until day 30. So I sent it like 5 days, I think, on day 25 or something. And so almost all of them, all of a sudden, started participating in the group. They wanted to be in the next challenge. They text me all the time. And it's like, wow, the power of just a little note card. And it worked for me. I don't know. It's just, I will start doing it with all of my challenges, just because I think it's a
great idea.
Gesture.
That is a great idea.
Love it. Thank you for sharing that. That's awesome. I need to do that. Very cool.
How much do you charge? Will you write mine?
No, but seriously.
Oh, really? It's a great idea. I love it.
I have a question. Can y'all hear me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. I like organization and a little type A, setting things up. Do y'all have like all of these downloads and files and emails and all this stuff? Do y'all print it out and make a notebook, or do y'all just have it organized on your computer in a file? Like, I'm kind of visual. So everybody kind of does it, their stuff. Yeah.
I used to send notebooks to my coaches, but then the feedback I got was they like to copy and paste it rather than like looking at it and having to retype it. But I tend to really love binders and dividers. So I myself personally have a notebook. Like, I have everything printed off myself, and I have like a divider of like Shakeology, the process for acquiring challengers, email check-ins. Like, I love it because and also because I don't really trust technology. I'm always afraid like at some point Google Drive is just going to go kaput and then I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'll have my trusty little binder. But yeah, you can totally print off. Everything that we have is in Google Drive. And you should have access. If you don't request it, we'll approve access for it. And then you can just copy and make your own little binder if you'd like.
Okay.
I'm right there.
Especially with the manual, because it has a little bit of everything. So that helps, especially when you get started or when you start. New coaches tell them, hey, print off the manual or keep this, save it somewhere, because it has how to get to your links and how to do all those questions that you read at once and you're like, okay, but then as they come up, you're like, crap, what do I do? So that helps.
Okay. I've just been going back and forth to the drive or to the uploads, all that stuff. I'm just like, I need to print this out. I wonder what everybody else is doing, like that kind of stuff. Cool. Thanks.
How often do y'all do challenges, like back to back or like once a month? Okay.
Mm-hmm. I think at one time when we first started, we had like 3 challenges going at once. There was like overlap, and it was a little chaotic. It can be done, but we've just found running one a month makes our lives, it's more systematic in the way we do it.
Okay. Do you think it's better to try to eventually get my challenge like in sync with the rest of it doesn't matter?
Doesn't matter. Whatever suits your fancy. It's easier for you to get in sync with whatever you do so that you are Like we end a challenge on a Tuesday and I start a challenge on a Monday. So like if somebody wants to do a challenge back to back, they could just roll right into it. So just so that your invite week and your preseason week kind of mesh. So you'll have like 1 week where you are doing all of your invites, prospecting, and you're in the last week of the other challenge, if that makes sense.
Yes.
But that tends to help, because then if you have people that just want to roll and go into the next one, then they don't have to have any downtime.
For repeat challengers, is it the same exact process to sign up?
So most of the time, if they purchase a challenge pack, they just stay on their auto ship, and they usually use the same program. Or I always recommend that they get on Beachbody On Demand, because there's 11 programs they could do there too. Mm-hmm. Unless there's something specific that they want to order differently. But most of the time, they'll just stay on auto ship and then either stay with their current workout program or use On Demand.
And it's the same price then?
Mm-hmm.
Or like whatever it's going to be for that program. Right. Okay.
So at the end of before they auto ship again, which you'll see that in the emails, and there's an email on it, you want to let them know before it would ship that they have the opportunity to switch over to a discount coach if they want to stay on Shakeology. That way they don't have to pay as much money.
Oh, okay.
These are good questions. I'm excited.
Well, I have something exciting that's going on with mine.
Hello.
Challenge, hopefully.
Yeah.
Hello. So I posted that email on the team page about getting people at my work to do a challenge. And I already have 9 challengers now that want to do it. And I'll be at work this week seeing all the people that I sent the message to. So hopefully I'll get more.
That's awesome.
I'm excited.
That is awesome. Yay.
Holy bucket sauce. And you have that face-to-face contact with them at work, so you can be like, it's happening.
Yeah.
And the ones that don't join are going to be super sad when they see all the other people in it talking about it at work, and then they'll be in your next one.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Love it.
That's exciting. Okay, good. Anything else?
Okay, I have a few more questions.
Yeah.
So
I have my notepad.
well, good, because I have mine right here. How do y'all listen to the podcast? Because I've never done that before.
Let me show you.
Yes.
Because you said you listen to them in the car.
So
it's too hard to see.
That purple one?
Uh-huh.
So that's the app that I've downloaded. That is my podcast app.
Okay, so you have to have an iPhone?
No, you don't. You just have to have a smartphone, and then you see this little booger. It's just a Team Beachbody. I also like good old Shalini, and I like Joel. I like Ted. That's a good fun time. I like this kid. But anyway, these are some of the ones I listen to. But here's Team Beachbody, and then it pops up with all of the calls. So these are all the National Wake Up calls, and it also has old Summit calls. So if you go to the feed, it will give you like old Summit calls. So you could literally just play until your heart's desire, and it's super helpful. You learn a lot from it.
When I first became a coach, I was like immersed in the National Wake Up calls, like literally 24/7. I'd be folding laundry and I'd be like listening. Anytime I was in my car, I was listening. Even sometimes when I was like doing my workout, if I've already done the workout and I know what's happening, I'll be listening to a podcast too. But again, at the beginning, it was just like whatever I can get my hands on to learn. Just hearing different people's like suggestions and tips, like different things stick here and there. So I am obsessed with the podcast. So strongly encourage it. Maybe we should post what podcast we're listening to in the group. We'll post pictures of our favorite ones so y'all can see what we listen to.
Yeah,
and also
Jessica to do a screenshot. Sorry.
That's can we save y'all's videos? Because I wanted to save some of them to reflect on back, but I don't know. I don't know how to save them. Have y'all?
We're gonna try to put a video folder in the Google Drive, because we were looking at that this week actually, because we were saying some of the calls it's easier to refer back to, but we don't want to have to say it's somewhere in this Facebook page somewhere, and that's hard, and it's hard to email a video to somebody So we're going to create a video folder, and it'll be like organized so that you can easily figure out what's you're trying to learn and go from there.
And you'll also include the ones that are inside our groups right now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That should be done by, 2017. Just kidding. Won't make it happen.
Okay.
Okay, here's my last one. Do any of you guys drink Shakeology twice in a day? Yeah. Okay.
When I'm lazy and I don't want to cook dinner, I have it for dinner. I always have it for breakfast, and probably 3 days a week I have it another time.
I kind of want to like do like twice a day for like the next 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 days. Like, I just can't see a Shakeology
cleanse. They actually do have Shakeology cleanses, but I don't know what they entail. But I've seen people talk about that. You could probably Google it and you could come up with it. But yeah,
I'm just gonna drink it.
Hilarious.
All right, cool. Go with
4,
that.
5, 6, 7. It's whatever.
love it.
Y'all are awesome.
Anything else? Changing lives on the reg? Okay. Well, the most important thing is as we're going through these groups, sometimes it can be overwhelming, especially your first 30 days is kind of like, whoa to the yowza. But you've got to imagine too, remember it's a new business, it's a new job. And so you've got so much that you're taking in. But after the first 30 days, it gets better. It gets easier and things start to become more autopilot and more natural. If you accomplish absolutely nothing in 30 days, make sure that you post and do personal development. That's it. Everything else will kind of come, but make those your top priorities and you will feel much better. Because sometimes you get so overwhelmed and bogged down, you're like, I'm just not even going to post either because I'm overwhelmed. But that's what generates your business and that's what gets it started. So you definitely want to make sure that that's a top priority. All right. Well, have a most wonderful evening. If you have any other questions, you can post them always in the team page. You're also going to see a post tomorrow about the retreat. So we are 4 weeks away from the retreat. Get excited. But we need to finalize peeps that are coming so that we can get everything reserved, ordered, all of that stuff.
The dates again, 16th?
16th and 17th of October.
Okay, are you guys going to post deets about like where we can stay and stuff?
Right, so we will be taking care of your hotel and food. All you have to do is come to us. It'll be in San Marvelous.
It's actually the 17th and 18th. That's Saturday, leave. That's Sunday the 18th. But yeah, just get yourself there. Everything else will be handled.
Okay. All right, well, have a wonderful evening.
Bye.
Bye.